It's Mitch of the Bottom Line View here, and I'm here to tell you, dude, the Cruiserweights, they suck. I don't know what to say about this division, but the WWE from the very beginning has completely messed this entire project up. They have completely fucked up the Cruiserweights. All right, so we have this new show on WWE Network that they are calling WWE 205. First of all, why should I care about another show on WWE Network? We have Raw, we have SmackDown, we have NXT, we have apparently there's still things that are on, such as Main Event, Superstars. Apparently they still exist. I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But now we have WWE 205. And then you also throw in special events, special shows. For example, the Stone Cold podcast. For example, all this other content that's actually good on the WWE Network, like past Raws, like other special shows. So there's actually good content on the WWE Network, but WWE 205, trust me, will not be one of those. Because we have the Cruiserweights that debut on Raw. It's going to be this best thing ever. You know, we're going to have the Cruiserweights coming back. Remember when the Cruiserweights were in WCW? Oh, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, so on and so forth. And then there was SmackDown, when the SmackDown division was actually pretty entertaining and had a good product for the most part. And now we bring this back. It's going to be awesome. All these new Cruiserweights from around the world are going to come to Raw, and they're going to have a chance to wrestle and to perform. Well, not only is it another example of WWE putting way too much programming on our TV, on our WWE Network, in our week to watch way too much wrestling, but they don't understand how to start something from scratch and build a wrestler. This is the biggest problem with WWE. I've said it in countless rants before. I've said it in countless videos. WWE does not know how to build stars. They do not know how to build wrestlers. They forgot. It's like they went in a coma, woke up, and they just forgot what they did in the past by building stars like Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Macho Man, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, the list goes on. You know, even Triple H. Like, there are so many stars that WWE's built in the past, and they just forgot how to do it. Even John Cena, as much as a lot of people despise the guy, I don't like the guy, but he's a star. He's a star for the most part, you know? And they just forgot how to build a star. And this is the Cruiserweight division, where there is probably a lot of talent. And there is some talented guys. I look at a guy like Cedric Alexander, who's very talented. But they don't understand how to get these guys over. And it just pains me to watch this. Because the very first night on Raw, they have these guys come out. And what do they give us in terms of their backstory, their gimmick, their character? They give us a video package of these guys doing flips, kicks, and tricks. We don't care about flips, kicks, and tricks. We care about characters, stories, gimmicks, what the person is like. I don't care how they wrestle if I don't know anything about them or about their character or how they're going to be implemented in stories. If you can't tell me what this guy is about, nobody's going to care about him. You know, like, no matter how talented a guy is, they could go out there and do a 5-star match, but a 5-star match isn't going to mean anything if it has no direction, no purpose, or no story. You know, I've said this countless times, and the Cruiserweight division is the biggest example of how WWE has totally lost its touch. They're beating a dead horse with so many different things that are happening on WWE television, and they can't even get the basics right. They can't even get Raw right. They can't even get SmackDown right. Sure, SmackDown has been good for the most part. It's been okay. It's been watchable. Raw has been bad, really bad. There have been a couple of decent episodes, but consistency has really been terrible for Raw. And the thing with Raw is when their episodes are good, it's not like it's the writing or anything of that nature. It's the actual talent. It's the talent putting the product over, because the talent can have a good match. The talent can cut a good promo. Chris Jericho can do it all. You know, so there are certain talents that can make your show look good, even though it's chicken shit, when they can turn it into chicken salad. There are not many wrestlers like that anymore nowadays, but there are wrestlers that can still do that. And at times you're going to have a good show. But consistency has been terrible in WWE. And back to the Cruiserweights. Like, I just can't believe how you fail with their character progression. What you do, this is Wrestling 101, guys, in case you are unfamiliar to Wrestling 101. You take a wrestler, you give them vignettes, you give them backstories. If you don't know what a vignette is, maybe you're a little young and you've grown up with wrestling nowadays that doesn't showcase these things. Vignettes are videos that showcase a character or, you know, a gimmick of the wrestler. Go, for example, some of the best vignettes of all time. Search up Mr. Perfect vignettes on YouTube. That is a vignette. Val Venus, that is a vignette. There are countless wrestlers that have had vignettes before. And most of them have been successful. And that's just a way that you can start to implement seeds in the viewer's brain of this wrestler before they even get on the show, so that when they get on the show, they are a star. As soon as Goldust walks out, he's a star. You know, like wrestlers in the past, they would walk out. Even before they walk out, they're stars because they have been implemented through these vignettes, through these backstories, through these gimmicks. And it's so much easier to get over that way. It's helping the wrestler get over, so that now a guy like Cedric Alexander, all he has to do is go out there and perform. He doesn't have to do all these other things to get over. You need to try and showcase what makes the wrestler special. And in this case, what Cruiserweights and wrestling, or whatever they're calling it, WWE 205 is showing us, is that all these guys are a bunch of undersized midgets that wear underwear and do flips. That is basically their characters. They don't have any characters. They need characters. They need purpose. They need stories. And it just pisses me off that they don't do what has worked in the past. You know, it doesn't make sense. And to me, the talents are already stale on Raw. Like, no wonder they had a new show, because nobody was reacting to any of these guys outside of maybe Brian Kendrick. Because Brian Kendrick is the only guy that actually has personality, has a gimmick, and has a character. He's the man with the plan. And that is not even WWE doing that. That's Brian Kendrick being a veteran of this business, understanding what it takes to get over. These young kids need help. Brian Kendrick is the only guy that was over. So now by putting him on a new show, only the diehards of diehard WWE fans, not even wrestling fans, WWE sheep that watch every show, including main event, are going to watch this show, most likely. You know, there are the wrestling purists that might watch this show because they love the in-ring product. I couldn't even really tell you that I love the in-ring product in the Cruiserweight division. I wouldn't consider myself a diehard, you know, wrestling technical guy. I am more for the characters and stuff like that, but I can still appreciate a great match. It's just like they need stories to have a great match. I can't do it if these guys are just going to go out there in underwear and perform. These guys with no charisma or personality. The only guy I really like is Brian Kendrick. And now you have a new Cruiserweight champion, and his name is Rick Swann. You can't handle this, can't handle this. Dude, what? Dude, this guy is a jobber. Like, this is the example of an epic failure by WWE. This guy looks like James Ellsworth. Like, this guy is James Ellsworth in the 90s. It's even the jobbers have gotten worse. Like, a jobber now is James Ellsworth when a jobber in the Attitude Era was Rick Swann. Like, that is the difference between the cruiserweights nowadays. Like, the guy, he looks like a jobber. He's so super skinny. Like, he has no athleticism to him. Sure, he's a funny guy. He's like the equivalent of the Cruiserweight R-Truth, yet he's the Cruiserweight champion. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. This Cruiserweights was an epic failure. And this is, again, just the purest example of WWE being straight garbage nowadays. Because not only do you have Raw, SmackDown, NXT Superstars, Main Event, WWE 205, you also have Total Divas, Total Bellas. Shows that actually have some potential if they were booked the right way and actually were true to life. If these were shows that were actually, you know, real and not fake and scripted, I think that they would actually be okay. But they're absolute garbage because WWE is trying, they're just oversaturating their product. It's insane how much WWE TV there is. You have a show every day that you have to watch. It's insane. It's way too much wrestling. And the Cruiserweights, why would anyone want to watch the Cruiserweights? Like, you're competing with yourself at this point. You know, is somebody going to watch Raw? Is somebody going to watch WWE 205 over Raw or SmackDown? Probably not. Are they going to watch it over NXT? Probably not. They're going to watch it even over Total Divas if that's what they like? Probably not. You know, so like, what is the WWE 205 appealing to? WWE doesn't know what they're doing with this. It's confusing. The Cruiserweights, it's everything wrong with the WWE right now. It's a cool idea at first that fails because there's no long-term plan, direction, or effort to make stars. It's a joke. And I hope that WWE opens their eyes, realizes what they have done, and fix it. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Mitch of The Bottom Line View. If you enjoyed, subscribe to The Bottom Line View for more videos just like this one. Let me know how you feel about the trash-ass Cruiserweight division that is currently happening in the WWE. And any other topics you'd like me to discuss, let me know. It's Mitch, again, of The Bottom Line View. Deuces.